Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support to this platform. I don't take it for granted. Now, William Ruto's administration is on a watch. International communities are very keen watching on how Ruto's administration is handling things in this country. Actually, I am also shocked and very sad, feeling on how some of the police officers are misusing power. Let me begin by saying that there is no permanent situation in this world. Powers always comes and go. Use it well. Yvonne Okwara at Citizen TV, the news gang, is also on the move, exposing the government. As if that is not enough, Larry Madoa, the CNN news reporter, yesterday, while capturing the demonstration event in Nairobi CBD, was tear gas and, in fact, clashed with the police officers. And I can say that is a wrong move and a scaring action we are seeing in William Ruto's administration. Let's take a look and listen to whatever Yvonne Okwara is having to William Ruto's administration. Then after that, I'm going to display a video clip exposing how Larry Madoa experienced worst thing in his life.
What is interesting is that when they say prior to the day that they've got intelligence that, there's infiltration, we hardly ever see them then arrest the people. They say these are the people we suspected of having a different agenda from those who want to protest and make their voices heard on whatever agenda they have got. Because at the end of the day, the role of the police is to allow peaceful protest to take place, to protect that from infiltration, and to also provide security to others, to prevent loss of lives and to prevent damage of property. But what we see is a blanket suppression of just about everything, to the extent that then what is the role of the police vis-a-vis the law? Have you noticed that has been the refrain? We know there's going to be infiltration by goons. Who are these goons that they ever arrest? Instead, what you do see is protesters being arrested, 147 in total today. I understand there's reports that despite the fact that yesterday the judiciary said the courts would be open 24/7 to allow arraignment and the processing through the justice system, people are still in custody tonight as we speak. So protesters are arrested, but the goons that they told us they had intelligence about that had infiltrated or had ill will are never arrested?
And protesters who?
Now, you've watched that video clip of Yvonne Okwara during News Gang interview. To our police officers, stop using forces and stop being used. That is what I can tell you. It is very sad. Remember, you also have family. You also have kids. This country belongs to all of us. We are all Kenyans, and you are sometimes going wrong. Using force, using laws mistakenly won't help. And also, you ought to remember this, that all of us will die. It depends on death circumstances. But we are not ready to die at this point. We still want to enjoy God's grace, what God has prepared for us in this world. Therefore, demonstration is well recommended in Kenyan's constitution. Even if you go to US, they demonstrate. If you go to China, they demonstrate. Nothing is wrong with demonstration. Your work is to protect Kenyans who are demonstrating, but not to injure Kenyans who are demonstrating. And on that remarks, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to display again this video clip of Larry Madoa experiencing the same incident. Imagine a news reporter reporting live video what is happening in Kenya. In fact, we have been even exposed internationally. Very wrong. And if we carry on this way, then our country Kenya is not going to grow as we think. It's not going to prosper as we think, because we are even receiving curses from families, from parents, from even various parts of the countries, families who are working abroad. You know, if someone have cursed you, you won't progress, by the way.
Masking their plates are on the streets, applying excessive force on largely peaceful protesters. And then, as we were just speaking, as they're leaving, they fire even more. Ah! That was aimed directly at me. He's aiming directly at me. He's aiming directly at me. Ah! He's shooting directly at me. Why are you shooting at me? Why are you shooting at me? Why are you shooting at me? There's a flashbang there. Watch out. He is still shooting.
All right, CNN's Larry Madoa joins me now from Nairobi. Larry, first of all, we're glad you're okay. That is some pretty harrowing stuff that we just looked at there a few moments ago. Can you tell us a little bit more about what happened, how that all went down?
So, Jim, we were covering the protests that are going on across the country today against the government of President William Ruto, corruption in his government, and police have been extra aggressive today. We've been covering these protests for the last 2 months, and today they've made sure that most of the city is deserted. There's been trucks like these all over the city. It's supposed to be rush hour now, but it's almost entirely empty, because anytime 2 or 3 people gather, police have been quickly breaking them up with flashbangs, with tear gas, shooting in the air. But we are clearly marked as journalists, and I was just talking about one of the issues the protesters are angry about, which is police blocking their plates, because then you can't trace where they're from, which police station, which police department. And the same truck that I was talking about that drove ahead of us, parked in front, and then aimed at least twice directly at me when I'm clearly
Now, you've watched again that video clip. I have realized that we sometimes tunaomba wanadamu sana. Hiyo ndio shida inatukosea heshima. Asa sisi wa Kenya. We even go to an extent of starting worshipping human being. Ruto's administration have failed, and let us accept that. Even him, he accepted it. That is why he decided to dissolve the cabinets who are not working. And on additional to that, it forced Kenyans to go back to the streets to demonstrate and express their feeling. And therefore, demonstration, even Ruto's knows that very well. Article 137 or 137, showing that people must exercise their right and demonstrate. So, on demonstration, you cannot send police officers to use forces even to attack the journalists. This is not the first time journalists are experiencing this. There was a young lady was shot at the thighs in Nakuru. Very wrong. Nothing has been done. No one is considering all those. But time will come when you will be questionable to whatever you have done in this world. You don't think that whatever you are doing, you are showing to the president that you are good. Stop disturbing Kenyans' mentality. Kenyans, let Kenyans demonstrate. If they will be tired, well and fine. What we don't want is those who are planning to bring thugs in demonstration. That is what we are not after. And even police officers are aware that huyu ni mwizi, huyu si mwizi, huyu anafanya hivi. In fact, they have eyes. They are seeing. Why don't they take action rather than arresting innocent Kenyans? Today, I was just watching a video clip of William Ruto walking in central Kenya, pretending that things are okay, working with the new CS Opiyo Wandayi, greeting people, anatembea kwa nyumba, anakaa kwa kiti, huyu anaitwa hivi, which is good as a president. Lakini, stop pretending that you don't know what your police officers are doing. This is wrong. Even the international communities are condemning this. You are going too much. Leadership is not permanent. You must think of that. You came from a poor background. Behave as someone who have a future for this country. It's not issue of abduction. It's not all about threatening Kenyans. It's not all about tear gassing Kenyans who are demonstrating. Those are silly mistakes you are doing to our police officers. One day you will go for retirement. You start flashbacking whatever you've done. Those are curses you are just bringing to your family, friends. The blood that you are shedding today, you must be questionable. Ruto's administration must be questionable. The same way Uru's administration was questionable. That is why you cannot progress more in this life. You cannot live longer in this life because of those serious mistakes you are doing. And I want to say to the EACC, you must come out clearly and tell Kenyans, why are your police officers using forces during demonstration? That is your work, and investigation should be done with immediate effect. The issue of deploying 50 police officers at Jimmy Wanjigi's home won't help you. Do the research. Why are Kenyans being killed during demonstration? We have been even exposed internationally. This is wrong. And if it is Moi's era coming back, then let it be so. Death is waiting for all of us. Moi alikuwa hivyo, akakufa, akaacha mali yote. Akakufa, akaacha mamlaka. Sasa hata Ruto ataacha tu mamlaka, mimi nitaacha kuongea kwa hii channel, kila kitu. We are not afraid. We are watching you guys. So stop this mediocrity. And we want peace in this country. This is very wrong. And very much wrong. Focus on the main agenda you promised Kenyans. But if you failed, wacheni kucheza mchezo ya pata potea. Hivi na hivi, kula na kula. Hapana. No. Enough is enough. Ladies and gentlemen, drop your opinion at the comment section below. That is what I had to share with you at this point. I rest my case and I wish you all the best. If this video have wronged you, it is upon you. Mimi sina ubaya na mtu. Mimi nimesema vile naweza sema kama Mkenya.